Hello, Pastor Allen from Praise here. This week we're going to tie together our prayer points and our Praise Daily. And the reason for that is we want to provide as many resources as we can for you. And that Praise Daily is just designed as a reading plan and devotional for the family structure. And so if in the morning you hear something during these prayer points and our devotional time together that really strikes you or hits a nerve, maybe that's something you could use as a resource for your kids. And so again, we're just trying to provide as many resources as possible. If you haven't checked out praise.fyi for those Praise Dailies, you'll find there questions from Pastor Caleb for your kids, and along with resources for context and stuff for the books that we're reading through. Today we're on John chapter 11. We're going to pick right up where we were prior to the Holy Week. And John chapter 11 is a great chapter to read the day after Easter. There you find Jesus raising Lazarus from the dead. And so we're just going to read a verse or two there, right from John chapter 11, verse 25 and 26. Here's what Jesus says to Martha there. I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me will live, even after dying. Everyone who lives in me and believes in me will never, ever die. I was talking to my daughter Clara about that phrase, I am the resurrection and the life. And I asked her, what do you think that means, that he is the resurrection, is the life? Not just that he was resurrected, not just that he gives life, but that he is those things. And we were discussing that just in relation to how does that make a difference in our lives? And for me, it brought me back to a verse that I've read tons of times, and maybe you have as well, but it wasn't really as real to me as it was even the last month or so. It's in James chapter 4, verses 13 through 15, where James tells us, hey, listen, don't go around saying, hey, this is what I'm going to do today. This is what I'm going to do tomorrow. This is what I'm going to do next week. Here's where I'm going to make some money. Here's the city that I'm going to go to. He says, don't say that, because you just don't know. You have no power. You are not in control. He said, instead say, if the Lord wills it, or if the Lord wants us to, then we'll live and I'll do this or that. I can point you to the exact moment, the hour, the day, the minute when I realized that I had no control in this process. It was like there was this tearing away as everything I thought I was in control of was ripped out of my hands. And the thing is, I don't know that in that moment I lost control. I think I lost the illusion of control. See, all along I thought that I was working things and I was in control of this thing, when in reality I never was. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 8 says, as no one has power over the wind to contain it, so no one has power over the time of their death. I could stand in front of the wind as it's blowing in my face and put my hand out and say, stop, wind. But in reality, I have no control over the wind. And this verse says not only that, but I also have absolutely no control over my own death. See, the thing is, we all live under the sentence of death. At some point, we're going to die. Some of us will die peacefully, surrounded by family. Others, it will be much, much quicker and unexpected. And we just have no idea what it is. We're not guaranteed today or tomorrow. And through this process, there has been a real stripping away of the illusion for many people that we do have some control over that. Now we see that in reality, we have no control at all. And yet, I know someone who does control the wind. I know someone who stood up in a boat and said, peace, be still. And the wind and the waves obeyed. And that same one is the resurrection and is the life. So my days are numbered and my steps are ordered. And ultimately, he says to me, though you die, you will live. That's what it means that he is the resurrection and the life. And that gives me tremendous hope. if you would, do you mind hitting the like button today? Just make sure that we know that this is something that's a resource that's of benefit to you and that we should keep on doing it. And so smash that like button for us today. And if you don't mind, comment below. What was the moment when you realized that you had no control in this process? Where were you? What were you doing? Just comment that below and let's start a discussion along those lines. And here's my prayer for you today. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, so that the Holy Spirit, through the Holy Spirit, you will overflow with hope. God bless today.